The Besorah is the message given to prophets selected by the Creator being, Yahuwah, to all mankind. This message is both a record of specific events and a revelation of the plan of redemption and restoration. The original parents of all mankind were perfect, created to live in Edom, bliss, delight, and they were deathless. They were deceived by a fellow creature that brought doubt into believing the word of Yahuwah, and so they failed a simple test of faith in what he has spoken. Through this error, death entered the world. Life and death are on display throughout the entire message, and Yahuwah calls out to all men to choose life by believing in his word and proving they believe it by obeying him. This choice is made by having faith in his word, the message, Hebrew, Besorah, and living by it according to the covenant given to a chosen people. He selected Israel. A restoration is taking place across the face of the earth. The key of knowledge that has been withheld is being revealed again, and it is turning the world upside down. At Exodus chapter 31, verse 18, we learn that on Mount Sinai, the Creator engraved 2 stone tablets with his finger and gave them to Moses. He engraved his name using 4 ancient Hebrew letters, Yod-He, Wav-He. This name is also represented by the Latin letters, YHWH. In their original form, they appeared in Paleo-Hebrew. It is the autograph of the Creator of the universe. Our Father's name, as it says here, is the key of knowledge. And he gives us also a sign, which is the Sabbath. And the lessons that Father wanted to teach Israel and the manner in which he taught them in the wilderness will be the methods that Father will use to instruct and also prove his professed people during the trying times in the wilderness. The Sabbath is first on the list of the feast days or prophecies in Leviticus 23. The feast day is the only one found within the holy 10 Commandment law of Yahuwah. This law is the very standard of righteousness. The Sabbath commandment is the only one of the 10 that begins with the word remember, or observe and remember. And he also says, remember, you were a slave in Egypt, showing that man would be in danger of forgetting to observe this holy day and forget that he was delivered out of Egypt, and thereby forget the holy purpose of the Sabbath and Yahuwah's glorious plan of salvation. Understanding the significance of the Sabbath is primary to understanding the whole system of rituals and ceremonies. In other words, the Sabbath is a key also that unlocks the mysteries of the prophecies found in the symbols and shadowy types. In Kepha Yaakov's book, The End of the Times of the Gentiles, and the Rising Again of Many in Israel, Luke 2, verse 34, page 63. Yahuwah has always made a way of escape when his people were in a dire emergency. He provided a way of escape in the days of Noah. He warned Lot to flee the wrath to fall on the cities of the plain. He sent Jonah to Nineveh before the city was destroyed. The Messiah's warning in Matthew 24, verse 15 is twofold. While providing a signal to escape the destruction of Jerusalem in AD 70, it also is a signal to escape the great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. Matthew 24, verses 21 and 22. As it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Luke 17, verses 26 and 27. With these warnings, the Messiah plainly revealed to his disciples the necessary action that must be taken at the time of the setting up of the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet. Stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains, let him which is on the housetop not come down, to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray you that your flight be not in the winter, and neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no more or ever shall be. Matthew 24, verses 15 through 21. The Messiah gave this instruction to be obeyed by his followers before the destruction of Jerusalem in AD 70, but it has a more direct application for the people of Yahuwah just before the final destruction at the end of time. If Yahuwah's people follow the warning of the Messiah, their flight will not be in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Come, my people, and enter thou into my chambers, and shut your doors about you. Hide yourself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpast. Isaiah 26, verse 20. He shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him. His waters shall be sure. Isaiah 33, verse 16. In the exodus from Egypt, the Israelites had the special guidance of Yahuwah in their flight. And Yahuwah went before them by day in a pillar of cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before Yahuwah. Exodus 13, verses 21 through 22. He spread a cloud for a covering, and a fire to give light in the night. Psalm 105, verse 39. In the form of a beautiful promise, Isaiah Yeshayahu the prophet prophesied of Father's care during the great exodus of the people of Yahuwah at the end of time. At this time, they cannot buy or sell unless they accept the mark of the beast, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Revelation 13, verse 17. Yahuwah will create upon every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies, a cloud and smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For above all the glory shall be a covering, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the daytime from the heat, and for a place of refuge, and for a covert from storm and from rain. Isaiah 4, verses 5 through 6. Father will take care of us. He has given us His name. He has given us His day. He has told us to remember that we were slaves in Egypt. And He has given us the feast to understand His timing of things. So He has called us for such a time as this. The covenant that was and is and will be in the blood of Yahushua. Hear, O Israel, Yisrael, Yahuwah our Elohim, Yahuwah is one, and you shall love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your might. And these words which I am commanding you today shall be in your heart, and you shall impress them upon your children, and shall speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. You shall do these things if you truly love the God of Israel. Deuteronomy, Devarim, the 6th chapter, and the 4th through the 9th verse. Mattiyahu, which is Matthew 22, verses 37 through 39, and Mark 12, verses 29 through 30, and Leviticus 19th chapter and the 18th verse. Do this, and you shall live. Luke 10, verse 28. If you wish to have everlasting life and enter into life, guard the commands. Matthew, Mattiyahu, 19th chapter, 16 through the 17th verse. See, the days are coming, declares Yahuwah, when I shall make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Yehudah, not like the covenant I made with their fathers in the days when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Mizraim. My covenant, which they broke, though I was a husband to them, declares Yahuwah. But this is the covenant I shall make with the house of Israel after those days, declares Yahuwah. I shall put my Torah in their inward parts and write it on their hearts, and I shall be their Elohim, and they shall be my people. Jeremiah 31, verses 31 through 33. Abraham, Hebrews chapter 8, verses 10 through 13. Abraham, Hebrews the 10th chapter, 14 through the 17th verses. Revelation 13, verse 16. Take a look within your own heart and see if this covenant is written in your heart and if you know the covenant. Do you know the covenant? The Father has given you 10 commandments to observe, which means in observing them, then it means you will do all the rest that He gives to you. May the God of Israel bless you with truth, with wisdom, with understanding, that you will recognize the key of knowledge and the signs that He has given you, that you truly belong to Him. Shalom.